Sir, opinion on this little man, whom goes by Chikawa. For context, I am holding you at gunpoint.
A little guy that I know Jaden is hyper locked in on. And I gotta say, I could see why. Good day for everyone hoping they make more video games. Turns out they are indeed doing that. And there'll be new games to play in the near future. But your bank account, watch out.
I love poison omelet. Ah! Ah! God! You got some kick to it, I'll tell you what.
It's called the Switch 2 because you switched to a cheaper hobby. Oh, is it so expensive?
It's all on your head.
Correct. Unfortunately, I am also in there.
Using math to find the most smashable Pokemon. It's not this one.
It's great seeing things on my YouTube feed the week after April Fool's because I have to do mental math to determine the likelihood that this was uploaded on the 1st. It also tells you a lot about time zones, which is fine. In other news, did you know that in terms of Pokemon compatibility of a port... Although...
Batman, there's no laws against the Pokemon, Batman.
Writing prompt. In a last-ditch attempt to save your people, you offer your life to an ancient god of war and blood. Unfortunately, your translation of the ancient text is a bit off. You're married now.
Oh, good. This is much better.
Follow me.
Set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city.
You know, everyone always says that the letter Q is too early in the alphabet and should be further back with all the weirdos and freaks. But take a look at this. The twin brothers. Would you separate twin brothers just because one is a little artistic? I don't think so.
Preparing the world my famous Onionade. Here's the recipe. 5x onions, 5x more onions, scramble.
This feels like a Homestar Runner recipe.
The king's gone mad with power!
Bro, why you keep insisting we try to disarm the gender-bending trap? We literally mapped out this whole dungeon floor. We can, just walk around it. Whoa, watch it, bud! If I hadn't caught you, you would have fallen straight into that pit of tentacles. It's a good thing I stopped you when I did, huh? Oh, man, if I was just a few minutes late, that vampire baroness would have hypnotized you and made her thrall. Good thing you can always count on me, eh? Come on, let's get going. The next round's on you. I already can tell there's a certain section of Tumblr that is seething right now. There is no Deltarune, there is no Silk Song, and there is no Queen of England.
So does this mean that the queen is back from the dead? Biggest reason I make so many flop posts on here is because everything I do reeks of desperation to make a popular Tumblr post. This is deliberate, because it is what protects me from actually making a popular Tumblr post. So long as I crave it, Tumblr fame will never find me. It is only when I turn away and accept my fate of obscurity that people will lay their eyes upon me. And it will be because I tripped and fell on my stupid face while I was turning.
Well, time for people to do the funniest thing ever. Do not!
You know, it's messed up that men with long hair can just cut their hair and then no longer be a man with long hair.
We should ban that bullshit. Men don't exist for your aesthetic convenience. This is simply not true.
Yeah, as a straight cis white man, I can confirm that I exist solely for your amusement. How did you even get on this website?
I don't know, honestly, but it's fun here.
Hell yeah, man.
I love when fantasy adventure archetypes are depicted as creatures. The wizard is just a robe, a hat, and a pair of eyes. The warrior is sporting a culturally anachronistic suit of articulated plate, and it's ambiguous whether there's anyone inside of it. It's genuinely unclear what the rogue's deal is, and all of them are committing tax fraud.
You should play FF1. You'd really like the creatures in there.
The DoorDash delivery guy complained about tip I gave him, so I trapped him within my crystal. Never delivered to an enchanter's house. They will put your ass in a black soul gem just to recharge a hammer of shock they called Penis Smasher 5000.
They're auctioning a whole-ass university on Hybid. Anyone want to start a commune with me real quick?
We can make Tumblr University a reality.
Love the fact that slayed, cooked, served, and ate can now all be used to convey admiration. That's the whole food industry right there. We got some sort of butcher, chef, waiter, diner dynamic here, and they're all fabulous, it seems. This too could be Yuri.
You know, turning into a dragon really helps in every situation.
Mr. Flight, dragon. Insecure about how powerless you feel? Dragon. Want to protect people you love? Dragon. Just want to be left alone? Dragon. You want a hot dog but the power's out and a cold hot dog grows you out? Turn into a dragon and heat that shit up. Want girls to be scared of you? Dragon. Want girls to be inexplicably horny for you? Strangely, also dragon. Want girls to scritch behind your horns and call you pretty when you start purring? Dragon. It will help you. Become a dragon.
I'd truly be the worst person to stick into a time loop because I'd really just spend the first 5 years catching up on my book, to be real. The next 7 on all the movies and shows that have been on my list for ages, and then another decade on AO3. Like, sure, nothing may stick, but my memories will, and I can just go into a supermarket to get snacks and wine each day, and I have art to indulge in. Like, thanks for all the hits on how to get out, but respectfully, I'm busy. Editing is just playing a game of Spot the Disaster, where every sentence is a little arsonist, and you're the firefighter running around to make it look like a controlled burn instead of total chaos. Time to get a delicious tea drink from my favorite crone, Baba Yaga. Then I will go to an exercise class led by my favorite instructor, Baba Yoga. There used to be a tea drink place nearby me called Baba Yaga,
And then they closed. This timeline sucks.
Today we are learning about the American woodcock, sometimes colloquially referred to as the timberdoodle, the bogsucker, the hokumpokey, or the Labrador twister, is a small, chunky shorebird species found primarily in the eastern half of North America. Come on. Folk names include timberdoodle, bogsucker, night partridge, brush snipe, hokumpokey, bicasse, twitterpate, little gomer, fiddlesqueak, wormsaber, wafflebird, whippoorwill, bumblebee chicken, billadad, mudneedle, prairie turtle, and crazy straw. This is fucked up. Something about this bird just unlocked something insane in scientists' heads. This is unlocking something insane in my head, to be fair. Yeah, I'm just going to leave a little link on so you can hear how this bird sounds too, and what the beat does when it does the thing. Yeah.
Gamer tip. You can take your autistic girlfriend to the aquarium to stare at fish.
Guarantee you she'll probably kiss you on the cheek.
Hot Take Tournament, I had an odd-ass dream about you. You became a VTuber and had a Discord server where you reveled it. You played a really old game. It was horror with an old man just talking in Pokemon. You had purple hair and like some odd clothes. I was sick when you streamed it and couldn't watch, and I wasn't in the Discord long enough to get proper roles. You know you failed as a VTuber when someone manifests your stream in their own subconscious and still doesn't watch it. I couldn't find it. You named yourself after a horror movie, and the game was literally just a guy's name. None of this is helping my case. Tried to help out today. Apparently my version of helping is making everything more difficult. He patted me on the shoulder and said, "At least you're pretty." I am being bullied. Tumblr user, would you punt them? All clowns. You know the rules! No clowns!
Is the reason we're not allowed to suggest clowns because you are one?
I was just following in your footsteps, and trust me, those are some big shoes to fill.
God damn, that was fire.
Tumblr user Elvis Official, is the glass half full or half empty to you?
Whoa, mama. It depends on whether you're filling or emptying. Endless optimism is a foolish way to look at the world, unable to see strife and suffering. Endless pessimism will never make anyone happy, especially not you. You need to take the good and the bad, the dark and the light, the full and the empty. Humna.
That was surprisingly deep and wholesome, and I think we all needed to hear that. I think that's a good way to end the video. What do you think?
Just kidding, Grandpa Pussy Attack!